Hell yeah. You're watching The Dusty Show. Let's fucking do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's motherfucking Friday night. If you're ready to fight some fascism, let me hear you say, woo! You're exactly where the universe wants you to be. Welcome to humanity's finest one-man show. It's The Dusty Show. I'm your host, handsome, super humble, Dusty Smith, baby. Thank you for joining me tonight. What up, everybody? Yay, we did it. 3 shows this week. Promises made, promises kept. That's what I do. That's what I do, folks. And what you guys do yesterday? I was out of town all day yesterday. I had to carry a friend to another village. Oh, I fucking hate driving. It's the goddamn worst. I needed air. I needed air in my fucking tire. Tire was low. So I went to a gas station, and I was like, all right, well, man, my day air was free. So how much is it now? Quarter? It can't be 50 cents. Can't be 50 cents. I'm old as fuck. $3. It's $3. The air machines take credit cards now. What the fuck's happening? Air used to be free. I'm so old. I'm so old. You ever, like, take a long trip and, like, you're following somebody? It's some stranger. You don't even know them, but you follow for a long fucking time, and you're behind them, and they just happen to be driving the same speed you want to drive, and, like, an hour or two goes by, and you're used to seeing them. You're passing the same people together. You have a little camaraderie going, and they turn and go in a different direction, and you're like, oh, my God, it's like losing a friend. Where are you going? A little sad. Hear like sad music playing. Oh, be well, friend. Be well in your adventure. So basically, that's what I had going on yesterday. Also, I watched that new show, The Lowdown, Ethan Hawke. And Dinklage showed up. Peter Dinklage. Love me some Peter Dinklage. What an actor. What an actor. And pretty good. And then I caught up on my Generation V. It's got a twist. You guys haven't seen the twist, the Generation V. That's... Looking forward to you guys watching that. Let me know what you think. And all right, that's all I got. Hell yeah, I'm boring as shit. But as usual, boring is good. Let's go ahead and kick off the show. Super chats! Lifeblood of the show are the super chats. Guys, you know me. I don't allow ads on the show because I'm fucking awesome. And I don't have no sponsors. I'm just a loser, basically. Just a loser, baby. So anyway, if you like my show, behind me over here, woo, there's a dollar sign on the chat. You click that and you click super chats and you donate money. Hopefully a lot. Like, you should donate tons. But whatever you donate, I'll read all your super chats. Get me to read your words. Pay me, baby. It's like a Cameo, except for instant. It happens right now. So sweet. And also, there's a QR code. If you're watching the replay, you know you are. Aim your camera phone at the QR code, and it goes to my PayPal. Great way to support the show. All right, enough begging for money. Let's go ahead and fucking kick this stupid shit off, y'all. It's time for, I guess, I don't really have the intro for this section or nothing. It's just my section on...
Almost.
No, that ain't it. Oh, Trump kills fisherman in attempt to start war with Venezuela. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, Dusty, are the thumbnails for the show getting worse? First off, fuck you! Okay, do the best I can. It's a one-man show. Secondly, yes! Getting way worse. Oh, my God. You know what enshittification is? Enshittification is where they give you a good product starting off with, and they slowly make that product worse and worse and worse and shittier if they already got you addicted to it. That's what happened, folks. Fucking AI, you can't even do anything anymore. Can barely even have Donald Trump sucking a dick anymore. So anyway, I'm doing what I can with my limited resources now. They let me, I typed in, Trump kills fishermen in order to start war with Venezuela. Go! And it was like, I can't do that. You crazy. That's some crazy ass shit you asked me to do, Dusty. And then I was like, all right, a newspaper headline that says that. And then it did it. It's a newspaper. I don't even know what the rules are. But anyway, but it's true, folks. Trump distracted from the Epstein files once again this week with he's trying to overthrow the government of Venezuela. Sure, okay. And how is he doing that? Oh, apparently he's killing fishermen. That seems bad. First off, Trump confirms covert CIA action in Venezuela. He's sick the CIA of Venezuela. So if you guys are not following the Venezuela story, back in 2019, back when Trump was president the first time, he was like, oh, I want Maduro. He's the guy that won the Venezuela election. I want his opponent to win. This guy sucks shit. We need his right-wing opponent to win. His even more right-wing opponent to win. And he didn't win. Trump's pick didn't win, so now Trump on the revenge tour. He's like, I'm going to overthrow the entire government of Venezuela. I'm going to show you motherfuckers for not voting for the person I told you to vote for. So he's sick of the CIA. President Donald Trump said Wednesday that he had authorized the Central Intelligence Agency to conduct operations in Venezuela, markedly escalating U.S. pressure on President Nicolas Maduro. Amid a string of lethal strikes against alleged drug trafficking boats in Caribbean waters off the country's coast, Trump declined to say whether he had authorized the CIA to overthrow Maduro, which means yes, he has done that. A step some of his top national security aides have urged because he told them to urge it. I think Venezuela's feeling the heat, he said. Yeah, I'm sure they are. You're killing their innocent civilians. You're sticking the CIA on their president. You're flying bombers over their airwaves. Seems bad to me. And yeah, here's Las Cubas. Nailed it. Trinidad. This is the fishing village where the men who were blown up by a U.S. missile used to live, and that's where we are at this escalation. Trump murdering, apparently, fisherman? I don't know, but here's a local story reporting on it.
2 men believed to be Trinbagonians were killed in the latest U.S. drone strike of Venezuelan waters. And now a Las Cuevas family is demanding answers.
They say Chad Joseph wasn't a trafficker, just a young man trying to come home. Jensen Levent went to the fishing village to speak with the family.
Like most of the men gathered here at the Las Cuevas fishing depot, Chad Joseph was a fisherman. Both his relatives and residents are denying strenuously that he was involved in drug trafficking. They say his killing was unjust.
When Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar said the United States should kill alleged drug dealers violently, no citizen was listed among the dead. On the U.S.'s 5th airstrike, Trinidadians Chad Joseph and another man identified only as Samaru were among 6 people killed on Tuesday, taking the number of alleged narco traffickers killed by the U.S. since September 2nd to 27. Joseph's grandfather, Cornell Clement, who denied his grandson was a drug trafficker, says he has no choice but to trust in God. Now he questions the U.S.'s method of dealing with the situation.
I watch at it as wickedness. So why we killing people Toronto?
So I don't know if they're drug traffickers or not. Not that that's a capital offense. You're not supposed to be able to murder people, even if they are drug traffickers. I, for one, think drugs should be legal. I think trafficking should be fucking fine, right? If you commit crimes when you're on the drugs, fine. You go to jail for that. But just doing drugs or selling drugs shouldn't be a fucking crime. What the most dangerous part about most drugs is the fact that they're illegal and that you have to deal with shady characters to fucking get them. That's especially true with fucking weed. So, yeah, trying to stir up the Venezuelans. They already got their militias out. And apparently the Navy is holding survivors from the latest drug boat strike, which doesn't make any sense to me. The U.S. military is holding 2 survivors aboard a Navy ship after rescuing them from a suspected drug vessel in the Caribbean hit by a U.S. strike that killed 2 other. 3 sources familiar. Well, why would they rescue them? If it's legal just to kill them while they're on the boat, then why not just execute them right there in the fucking water? Why not pick them up out of the water and shoot them immediately? Are they safe suddenly? Oh, you're in the water now. That's safe. You're on base. That doesn't make any sense. Just seems like if you have the right to execute somebody, they just go ahead and fucking execute them. But I guess once they get away, it's you're safe. I guess that's the way that works for these mental children. And it should be a huge story, but it ain't. The military commander overseeing the escalating attacks against boats in the Caribbean is said to have stepped down. And yes, it's a huge story. I wish it would receive more coverage, but it won't. They are literally, in my opinion, executing people in real time, no arrest, no trial, no evidence. And there is evidence in various media stories, including witness interviews, that they have killed at least 1 more. So yeah, the guy in charge of all this is stepping down, folks, wants no part of these extrajudicial murders. The military commander overseeing the Pentagon's escalating attacks against boats in the Caribbean that the Trump administration says are smuggling drugs is stepping down, 3 U.S. officials said on Thursday. The officer, Admiral Alvin Hosley, is leaving his job as head of the U.S. Southern Command, which oversees all operations in the Central and South America, even as the Pentagon has rapidly built up some 10,000 forces. So, yeah, be trying to get out of the fucking way of the shitstorm that's going to come their way, I'm sure, if Trump ever gets out of fucking power. I guess he don't want to murder innocent fishermen, don't want to be the scapegoat for it. And another one resigned, too. This is a totally different guy. Marine Colonel quits after 24 years, citing concern for the future of U.S. under Trump. A former U.S. Marine Corps colonel and combat veteran has said that after 24 years of service, he resigned from the military because Trump, citing what he described as U.S. president's contempt for the Constitution. So this is what everybody in the military should do. Resign in protest. Meanwhile, this is how they're trying to sell all these extrajudicial killings to the American people. Here is the other Trump son.
And now every single time a boat goes out of Venezuela, it's get blown up into a million pieces, Martha. That's exactly what's happening every single day. I personally have 4 friends that have lost children to fentanyl.
That's right. I have a lot of drug addicts as friends, okay? All my friends' kids are drug addicts. I don't know a single person. Zero people that have died. But at the same time, fentanyl doesn't come on these boats. It doesn't come from Venezuela for the first thing. It comes from China and other fucking places. Secondly, the vast majority of illegal drugs come across the borders, the ports of entry. They're living in like this Miami Vice, 1980s fantasies where so many drugs are coming on speedboats or some shit. Of course, they don't care. They're just distracting. They want to set the president. They can murder anybody they want to. And then the Pentagon flies B-52 bombers off the coast of Venezuela to try to escalate things even more. In less than a week, President Donald Trump has threatened to attack Venezuela using ground troops, confirmed ongoing covert operations inside the country, and ordered bombers capable of dropping nuclear weapons to fly in circles off its coast in what appears to be an unprecedented show of force intended to pressure the Venezuelan president to step down. And that's the point. Gonna punish all of Venezuela. Gonna kill you guys for voting for somebody I did not want you to vote for. I'm the God. You guys better start listening to me. And Venezuela knows what's up. Here's the Venezuelan ambassador talking about Trump.
Everybody knows what's going on here. There is a killer prowling the Caribbean, bloodthirsty, looking for wars, and there is no justification at all. They are fabricating a war, and everybody should stop pretending that this is a complicated matter and face the truth. The emperor is naked. Nobody dares to say it, but the emperor is naked. In Latin America and the Caribbean, as in other regions of the world, the CIA is well known for its covert operations aimed at pushing processes of destabilization, sabotage, counterinsurgency, plannings of coup d'etat, and assassinations of heads of state and government, with the purpose of installing
straight to jail
political systems subservient to the interests of the U.S. government.
Which is the entire point here, folks. They want to put another right-wing government in there. I guess we can prop up more friends of Donald Trump. Meanwhile, they ask him, hey, it seems like Maduro over there in Venezuela a little nervous. They've offered you everything. They offer to give you their rare minerals, all their resources. Here's Trump bragging about it. He loves being a warlord.
Have you authorized CIA operations in Venezuela as part of...
Well, I wouldn't say that, but some interesting things are happening around the world, I'll say that.
So that's yes. The guy asked him, have you authorized CIA operations in Venezuela? And he's like, I won't say, but some interesting things happening, which is, fuck yes, I did.
It has been reported that Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What could we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, I'm a psychopath. I'm going to set the military and kill your innocent civilians. I'm going to stick the CIA on you. Overthrow your government. He doesn't want to fuck with America. It's nothing to do with America. You're a psycho, right? But he gets off on the folks. Yeah, he offered me all of his people's resources. You guys voted for something I didn't want you to, so I'm going to take everything from you. I'm going to kill your fishermen. I'm going to do whatever I want to. I rule your country. I'm God. And yep, got that God complex, megalomania. Can't believe we put this goof back in the goddamn office, but we did. So, hey, got to deal with the consequences, I guess. And such a potty mouth. You imagine if Biden would have said that. They'd have been clutching their pearls so tightly, so unprecedentedly. Of course, I don't give a shit. He can cuss all the fuck he wants to. He said, fuck, I know he's so cool, so awesome. Donald Trump, of course, Christians, hypocritical about everything. Not going to hold him accountable, call him out for it. Wouldn't expect him to. And, all right, let's keep the show moving, folks. 15 minutes in. And now it's time to cover another week of the secret police. And yes, another day that ends in a Y. So Trump secret police terrorizing America happening again. It's been 2 days since my last show. So more horror, more terror. First off, yes, this is an evil ass Hitler country and no one giving a fuck. Everybody's insane. Border Patrol agent shot a family's dog in Texas after they went inside their home to look for migrants. The dog passed away. Yep. I don't know about you, but if I'm watching a movie, they can kill 1 million people. I won't blink an eye. They shoot a dog, and I'm like, no, you motherfuckers. So they doing this on purpose, y'all. They trying to instigate. They trying to make us riot in the streets. They trying to get us to be violent. Very clear what they're doing, folks. Meanwhile, they doing this a whole lot lately where they're ramming people with their cars, then pulling them out of them, and then claiming that the people actually hit them. Unfortunately for them, cameras are everywhere, secret police. I know it doesn't matter. They can just lie, and then all the airwaves spread their fucking lies, and nobody knows the fucking truth, but you do. Trump's ICE goons ram into a civilian's car, arrest him, and claim he rammed them.
Fairly wild video posted on Instagram. We have unconfirmed reports that a Homeland Security vehicle rammed this pickup before taking a person into custody. Oxnard PD telling us that they got a call from DHS claiming that their vehicle had been rammed. They confirmed DHS took someone into custody, but they don't know who.
Fucking lie. Just like the police, right? They just lie. You shouldn't believe them ever. Ever. Their word should be inadmissible in court by fucking default, unless there's like video evidence backing them up. But this is what they do, folks. They have so much money. They can ram their cars and have their car fixed on our dime, spend $100,000 per every single deportation, $200,000, doesn't matter. Endless fucking money from the suckers and losers of America, y'all. And they did it. The last show they did that. They did it this time, and then here they are doing it again, folks. And watch how menacing they're trying to be. Watch how brave the secret police feels when they're all masked up head to fucking toe with their gang. First off, ooh, that's very loud. Let me turn that down. The text says, ICE has rammed into another vehicle in Chicago, causing major damage to both vehicles and one of the passengers. If they see someone who looks Hispanic, they will literally run them off the road and ram into them so they can get paid, whether they're a U.S. citizen or undocumented. And here they are, look at them. Look at these thugs walking right up on you. Little airsoft gun. They so tough, ain't they? Look how many there are. There's like 50 of them out there. They're making $150,000 each, y'all. Millions of dollars just fucking standing around of taxpayer money. Just out there to harass people, intimidate you. Just so you know your rule. Fascists have taken over. You don't have any rights anymore. They will literally ram you off the fucking road in order to snatch you up and disappear you. And if you try to stand up and fight back, they're one of the most powerful gangs in the entire country right now. Only second maybe to the police, the Fraternal Order of Police. But they're just another branch of the Fraternal Order of Police now, folks. And they feeling awfully brave, awfully secure. Rampaging through our streets. Let you know the military is fucking taking over. And this is on Fox News, folks. This guy sounding the alarm, the federal government faking riots and then filming it.
And what happened in Portland a few nights ago, and it's recorded by Oregon Public Broadcasting, was that they staged a fake riot. They marched peaceful protesters 3 blocks and then had a line across the road. They had professional videographers behind them, and then they threw down pepper balls, flashbangs, which sound like gunfire going off, and tear gas. And of course, when you put tear gas, everybody moves, and it looks like you have some kind of a riot going on. Totally fake. This is the first time I know of, at least in my lifetime, that the federal government has faked a riot in order to try to justify, if you will, the Insurrection Act being invoked.
Yeah, it's as clear as fucking day, folks. Transparent. Everybody should see what the hell is going on right now. Meanwhile, ICE gang tackled 2 U.S. citizens. Volunteers just documenting the raid at a flea market. They're fucking everywhere, rampaging across the country. And how dare you to film the God Man? You're not allowed to in America anymore. They'll abuse you in a fucking heartbeat. And everybody honking at them, everybody furious. Nobody wants them. They're unwelcome in America, folks. People know who the bad guys are. They know there's a fascist fucking takeover. But we have been invaded by our own government. An insurgency, not of the people, but of the secret police, the masked thugs, terrorizing American citizens on purpose. These sellouts getting paid $150,000 a year, getting paid $50,000 bonuses. And there's a very good reason they are masked from head to fucking toe. They know what they are. They know what they're doing. And they don't give a shit. They'll take a payday over the Constitution any day. They'll take a payday over your rights, over their own country. And the White House asked SCOTUS to allow troops in Illinois. People get mad about how I say that. Illinois, I don't know how the fuck you guys want me to say that. And they have a very unusual reason to the courts where they want troops in Illinois. And the reason they say is the troops have to be there to protect ICE. So this is the new justification they're giving, folks. This is the precedent they're starting to set. Wherever ICE goes, they need a battalion of National Guard to protect them so they can blend both the military and ICE together and just rampage them both all across the goddamn country. So wherever ICE goes, it just gives carte blanche excuse for the National Guard to be there, the U.S. military to be there. So they can militarize all of our streets, a built-in excuse. And then, it seems like it's getting scary, folks. They're starting to use a lot of devices against undocumented workers and American citizens alike, such as this one.
Over a full-body restraint device allegedly being used in ICE deportations. The full-body restraint device is called the RAP. The company that made a modified version of the device for ICE says it allows for people to be restrained during flights and long bus trips. However, lawsuits filed compare incorrect usage of the RAP to punishment and even torture. The company says that is not the case.
Folks, if you can't see where the shit this is going, I can't help you at this point. ICE signs contract to employ iris scanning technology. The Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency has been rapidly building out its surveillance capabilities in recent weeks, signing a string of contracts for technology to identify individuals by their irises or facial features and to monitor their cell phone activities, social media posts, and physical movement, according to a review of federal spending disclosures. So yes, they're upping the surveillance system. They're mixing themselves with the National Guard, blending all this together. And if you think this is only for illegal aliens, you're crazy as shit. They are practicing on undocumented workers. And then when they run out of brown people, it's their political enemies. And then when they run out of political enemies, it's anybody who doesn't fully support them wholeheartedly with every breath. It's North Korea, folks. 100% the direction we've already gone. All right, we're already there. Most people just haven't realized it yet. And another example of it, new recent official remarks and federal contracts reflect ICE intends to use some of its growing, powerful surveillance tools to probe what the administration defines as Antifa. Civil rights watchdogs say ICE may now have broad authority to surveil dissenting Americans. And yes, this article is one of the most chilling examples yet of how seamlessly ICE, now the highest funding U.S. law enforcement agency, will be pivoting to enforcement against U.S. citizens. This is what's coming next. They're blended together with the military, and then they're just going to declare that we're all Antifa, folks. I've never been to a rally. I've never been to a protest. I've never had a private conversation with anybody who I've mentioned Antifa or going to a protest or doing any kind of fighting fashion. None of that, right? Doesn't matter. They're just going to call us all Antifa, folks, and then use the secret police to monitor us. And then I guess if need be, round us up, backed by the U.S. military, backed by the National Guard. And here's where we're headed, folks. First ever Antifa terrorism charge filed in Texas. Now, these people that did this are not Antifa, of course. Antifa is just a concept, right? Anybody fighting fascism is Antifa. But if they just label people, they got to get it started somewhere. So here's where they're starting, folks. 2 people have been indicted on terrorism charges in connection with the July 4th attack on a North Texas Immigration and Customs Enforcement detention facility. The indictments are the first Antifa-related federal terrorism charges filed since President Trump signed an executive order last month labeling the anti-fascist group a domestic terrorist organization. A group of people dressed in black started shooting fireworks at the facility, and one person opened fire on the detention center officers and Alveda, Texas police officers. Of course, whatever the secret police says, I don't believe their story whatsoever. They just lie. So who the fuck knows what the actual truth is? Meanwhile, it doesn't matter what you do. If you follow every single rule, if you're responsible, doesn't matter. They're trying to send a message to every brown person. If you came here wanting asylum, even if you go to court to try to follow every rule the judge told you to do, we're going to pick you up at court. So there's no reason to follow the rules. There's no reason to try to do exactly what you're supposed to do. That's not going to save you. We're still going to snatch you up. Watch how inhuman this is. Watch how cruel it is. Look at them. You can't even see. Only their hands are uncovered. Look at them. Look how many there are. From head to fucking toe, covered. And yeah, he followed every rule. His hearing was rescheduled. He showed up like they told him, and ICE ambushed him anyway. This is not law and order. This is state-sanctioned kidnapping. Doesn't matter what you do, so there's no reason to show up, I guess. There's no reason to follow the fucking rules. It's not going to help you. And everybody pissed, folks. People all across the country realize immediately who the enemy is. These masked motherfuckers are right here. It's so clear. And they're so cocky. They're so arrogant. They love ruling us. They love the fascism. They love trying to wipe their dirty dicks all over our fucking face. Try that, motherfucker. And here are people pushing back.
Always deep.
Yeah, what's up with you?
I'm just
watching what we're doing?
Yeah. I have to.
Why?
It's us against y'all.
Us against y'all. We're all U.S. citizens, right?
I am.
Yeah, so we're protecting all the U.S. citizens. Right?
Nah, I don't want your protection. You guys are fucking Nazi skinheads.
Why are we Nazis?
And you guys are probably broke as fuck.
You guys are literally doing the exact same thing the Nazis did with the Jews, except for you're calling them illegal immigrants instead. Because they were born over there on the other side of the imaginary line because they didn't have a certain haughty-taughty person's permission before they stepped across this imaginary line to live their life. You've labeled them an other, and you've decided you have the right to treat them exactly like they treated the fucking Jews in the beginning. And that's exactly what you Nazi fucks are doing. Does anybody feel safer with you around? Fuck no, we don't. We can clearly see who's the danger.
But look at why is the Mexican guy out there in the back? Look at him. Come on.
Sell out.
That shit hurts, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that shit hurts, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Just stay right here. Right? That's
just stay right here. Fuck you.
Eat a dick, boy. What the fuck?
Yeah, they got a posse, y'all. They got a gang. They've never been fucking happier to roll around and rule us, to try to intimidate. And right here on the Homeland Security webpage, they're calling for remigration, folks. Remigrate. It says Homeland Security. This is the real one. Look, not making this up. 2.7 million people remigrate. You know what that means? Remigration is an originally European far-right proposal of ethnic cleansing via the mass deportation of non-white immigrants and their descendants, sometimes including those born in Europe with a local citizenship, to their place of racial ancestry. It is popular, especially within the identitarian movement, but they're not even trying to hide it, folks. They know they ain't got to anymore. They know they got at least a bunch of minorities that will still support them. They could post this publicly, and there's still 10, 15, 20% of minorities are like, yeah, remigrate. That sounds like a great idea. They definitely won't come after me next. Meanwhile, Robbie Roadsteamer suing. Remember that? Dangerous terrorist Robbie Roadsteamer, who dared sing at the authorities, is suing them. Don't blame him. Sue their fucking asses, Robbie Roadsteamer. They pulled him in. I showed you in the last show for daring to stand in front of ICE and sing. So he'll probably win. Another mega lawsuit paid for by the taxpayers. And then you're not allowed to record the secret police, y'all. In Trump's new fascist America, they'll disappear you for that, too.
I got cameras.
A U.S. citizen says armed Border Patrol agents snatched him off the street in broad daylight earlier today.
In an exclusive tonight, he shared what that experience was like with WGN's Brona Tumulty.
Good evening. You're about to hear from a man who was on his way to his cousin's house here this morning at 85th and South Buffalo when he says a car pulled up alongside him and he was pulled in.
When the vehicle was passed by. I didn't notice who were in the vehicles.
Around 10:30 this morning, this man, who only wants to be identified as Angel, was heading to his cousin's house at 85th and South Buffalo. When he noticed a vehicle he says had already passed him, circled back.
I seen the vehicles coming back, so I pulled out my phone and I started recording.
On his video, you hear the people in the truck identify themselves. And 4 agents get out, telling Angel not to run. As he records, he backs up, those agents creeping ever closer. Then they grab him, knocking his phone off.
I got cameras.
But the cameras at his cousin's house were rolling.
I got cameras. I heard the Ring camera go off, and I ran out there and I seen him driving off.
They show Angel being led to the agent's SUV and shoved in the back, as neighbours gathered in the street left wondering what happened.
He don't got no warrants. He ain't no troublemaker or anything, and just a nice kid, you know, trying to come and help me out.
Inside the SUV, Angel says they demanded his name, questioning his legal status repeatedly.
They took me into their vehicle and demanded to ask who I am and what's my name and my illegal citizen.
Papers, please.
Which you are?
Yes, I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Seemingly satisfied he was a citizen, he says they dumped him at the intersection of 87th and South Baltimore, about half a mile away from where he'd been picked up. His cousin quick to find him.
I seen him walking.
How is this not kidnapping? He did nothing wrong. He broke no laws. They snatched him up, drove him half a mile away and dumped him out. That's fucking kidnapping, right?
From a couple blocks away, and he jumped in, and I asked him what happened. He said that.
So harassing people everywhere, folks. And they wonder why people hate them. Meanwhile, they're trying so hard to get convictions for people who are doing nothing except for recording the secret police. Wine Judge Janine, over and over again, goes to grand juries and tries to put trumped-up charges on innocent, peaceful protesters, and the grand juries keep rejecting her. Sydney Reed, who was arrested in July after a tussle as she was filming an ICE arrest, was just acquitted by a jury. This was a case that should never have been charged, one of at least a dozen like it. Puro and her prosecutors have been damaged over and over in trying to bring it to trial. First 3 grand juries no-billed the case. Puro charged it as a misdemeanor information anyway. Then the government unsuccessfully tried to exclude evidence that damaged their case and the credibility of their primary victim that she called Reed a libtard, that she declared, "I sacrificed life and limb for the mission. I think it's worth a Trump coin," after the incident. So, yeah, you got the right-wingers doing everything they can to trump up charges on protesters, but it ain't working very well, at least in a few cases. Meanwhile, hackers doxed hundreds of DHS, ICE, DOJ officials. You guys cover from head to toe might not be enough in the long run. A group of hackers from the COM, a loose-knit community behind some of the most significant data breaches in recent years, have posted the names and personal information of hundreds of government officials, including people working for the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, and Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. So be nervous, ICE, just saying. Being part of the secret police won't be kept a secret forever. There might be a time where there's no more secrets. You guys better be very careful what you fucking do. Some of that shit might come back to haunt you. And then they blame it Soros once again, folks, but they want to ban protesting. That's the ultimate goal. Conservatives don't believe you should be able to protest against them. Case in point here is Ted Cruz trying to make the argument for how they can make protesting illegal.
Now, I will say one of the most important things President Trump has done recently is he has pledged that he's going to go after Antifa. And what I've been urging is follow the money, cut off the money. And you look at this No Kings rally, and there's considerable evidence that George Soros and his network is behind funding these rallies, which may well be riots all across the country.
Riots across the country.
Is right.
Literally, it's people in goofy inflatable costume dancing around and line dancing and shit.
The check. And so I've introduced legislation called the Stop Funders Act that would add rioting to the list of predicate offenses for RICO.
But they'll go in there and they'll cause the problem. They'll cause the rioting. The police will just go in there, just like that guy said earlier. They'll stage it. They'll throw tear gas and claim it's a fucking riot. Or they'll have instigators wearing masks that go in and create shit. So they can shut the whole thing down and claim you're fucking rioting. So this is 100% obvious what they're doing here.
That because it would let the Department of Justice use RICO, racketeering, to prosecute the money that is funding the anti-Semitic protests on campuses, the pro-open border protest in L.A. and other cities, and these No King protests. Anyone that is supporting rioting and violence, it lets you go after the money.
So they're just going to claim all protesting is rioting and violence, and then they're going to arrest anybody associated with it on RICO.
And I'll tell you, there are more than 200 left-wing groups behind these No Kings.
And yes, they want to ban protests, says King Mehdi Hassan. It's insane and should scare every American. They want to kill the First Amendment, but it's already been done, folks. First Amendment's dead and buried. Meanwhile, Abbott sending troops to Antifa No Kings Day. Texas Governor Greg Abbott announced Thursday that he is deploying both the Texas National Guard and Department of Public Safety officers to Austin ahead of a No Kings protest planned at the state capitol on Saturday. Why would you need the National Guards for a peaceful protest? You wouldn't. But they're just trying to set the precedents. They're trying to make it seem like the left is evil, so this is necessary. They have to send the National Guard when it is they themselves who are causing the problem. They're causing people to get all riled up, instigating the violence, so then they can give themselves justification to clamp down on peaceful protesters. And did y'all notice that Trump purged the Pentagon of journalists right before he plans to invoke the Insurrection Act? As a matter of fact, I did notice that. We're going to cover this more in the Chud Watch section. But yes, the Pentagon completely purged of everybody who's not a far right-wing publication. So they can just do whatever the fuck they want to without any insiders reporting on what the fuck's happening. Meanwhile, this is what's actually happening in Portland, folks. This is what they have to send the National Guard out for. This is the riots that are happening all across the country. It's people rollerblading, inflatable costumes, zebras, afros. It's like a party for dweebs. It's a dweeb party. Looks fun, though. I'd go to a fucking Antifa protest. Hell yeah, sign me up. Ghostbusters! But they have to invent a terrorist organization. They have to invent the problem in order to justify martial law, folks, and there's nothing else they can use. And what are they going to say? The only real terrorism in this country is right-wing terrorism, and they can't use that. So they have to do something, and this is what they're going with, folks. Meanwhile, super viral video. Did you guys see this one? The original video was long. We're going to show you a clip. This ICE agent gets pulled over for drunk driving. He has his kids in the back of the car, but he's super worried about his kids. I mean, not worried enough about them not to drink and drive, which is the most dangerous possible thing he could do with his children. But he's super fucking worried about his kids. And also, he starts threatening one of the officers that pulled him over because I guess he's Haitian. Has a Haitian accent, and trying to intimidate him like, I'm an ICE agent. Are you Haitian? I might come get you. Anyway, here's the video.
The guy in the white shirt. That's the colonel. Colonel, don't mean shit to me. Okay, well. I'm federal. Okay. I'm trying to get home. I got my boys with me.
Who do you work for?
DHS.
Do you have your ID with you?
DHS. Department of Homeland Security. That's even worse than ICE.
No, I don't.
Okay. But if I called them, they'd verify that you're a
100%, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm Department of Homeland Security. Just let me drive drunk, bro. Come on, bro.
Okay. You don't have any type of credentials or anything that say you're DHS?
Not on me, no.
Okay. All right.
I only bring my weapon with me if I'm.
Okay. But you don't have any weapons on you right now?
No, I don't.
Okay.
These are the kind of douchebags that roll us, y'all.
From the kids. So I'm gonna ask you to step out of the car, and we're gonna walk back
it's
to the
Nazi
back of your car,
fuck.
okay?
Are you fucking serious right now?
Yes, sir, I am.
Dude.
You know what? Call my supervisor.
Okay. Do you want to do the exercises or no?
I'll do it. But you know what? What's homeboy doing down there? You know, guys, come on.
Make sure we all sit because we're inside of the water. We don't want to get hit. We don't want you to get hit. That's why we're trying to do the exercise. That way we can move on.
Are you Haitian?
That's nothing to do with my wrist, buddy.
My question was, are you Haitian?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where he's from.
It does, because tomorrow I might come look your ass up, have you deported, have your friends deported, you better drive away. Just 100% trying to intimidate him. But yeah, Nazis roll us, folks.
Okay. Look, man, I really need you to do the exercise. If you don't do it, then I'm going to say that you're refusing to do the exercise. I get it. You need a minute. I gave you a few minutes, okay? But
let me talk to your supervisor.
Not right now, sir.
Yeah.
If you're a cop, whatever.
Yeah, I'm a fucking law enforcement,
okay, dude. Then stop talking and sit in the back of the car and stop. Stop this.
Come on, let's go.
Stop this.
What about my kids?
We're gonna take
Fuck your
care of
kids.
it.
Don't drink and drive your kids, dickhead.
Let me talk to your supervisor.
Man, he's getting a lot of leeway, isn't he?
Not going in there without my supervisor.
Okay, let's go to the other side. Come here.
Black dude would have been tasered to shit.
Come on, man. Don't pull against me. Let's go.
I'm not moving, bro. Don't fucking do this.
Let's go.
Lane.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Hey, come on, buddy. We're not doing this, man. Come on. Let's go.
So you guys are fucking shut.
This is the most divorced dude I've ever seen. Hey, get your ass in there, dickhead.
Stand up.
Stand up. Come on.
Stand up. Put your feet in.
Fucking gut hanging out.
Don't be a kid. Come
Bitch.
on. Stop.
Where are my kids?
Stand up. Put
Where are
your
my
feet in.
kids?
What? Put your feet in.
Tase him!
You don't want to make this
Tase him!
Come on, man. Let's go.
You gotta sit in the car.
You're going to jail for DUI, which is a misdemeanor. If you don't cooperate, you go to jail for resisting. You don't want to make it worse. Come on, put your feet in, buddy.
The one time I won police brutality, they don't do shit.
Listen to me.
No, sir, not on the side of the road. Come on, let's go, man.
We gotta sit down, Scott.
God damn you
Sit your ass down. God damn you guys, I'm special. We're supposed to be rounding up the Browns. I'm white as fuck. Not fair. Meanwhile, last but not least, before we do halftime, I guess it's going to be a quick show tonight. Did you guys see this clip? Man, these maggots, these fucking racists, feeling so comfortable being racist in public, and they love using ICE as their weapon, as their cudgel, as their instrument of fear. Case in point, this woman at a Brewers game in Milwaukee, and I guess she's talking to a brown guy who says he's a veteran, a multiple-time veteran, and she's like, we're going to call ICE. We're going to call ICE on you.
Where's the... Oh, why's everybody quiet? What is this? I'm sorry.
You know what? Let's call ICE.
Call ICE. Call ICE.
Call ICE.
You're a citizen. We're veteran, baby girl. We're veteran. 2 wars. ICE is not going to do nothing to me. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Like, I don't care. She really doesn't, though. She doesn't care if he's a veteran or not. She doesn't care if his great-great-grandparents were born here. All that matters is he's brown, and you don't belong here if you're brown, because it's a white country for these white supremacists. And yes, she was fired from her job, apparently, after this video went viral. And, folks, you gotta be careful what you say these days, even with the Charlie Kirk thing, even making fun of Charlie Kirk's death. No company is obligated to hire you or keep you hired, and if they believe that you're making the company look bad, they have the right to fire you, whether it's this kind of shit or Charlie Kirk's shit. So if you have a job, and you might want to keep your mouth shut about this kind of stuff. And all right, that is my first half of the show, folks. We still got plenty of show. That wasn't even half of it, to be honest with you. I just gave you guys the tip. Just the tip! So you know what? You guys should also give me the tip on Super Chats, the lifeblood of the show. Boom, right. Yeah! Once again, replay, or there's a link in the description. It's not a link. It's just cultofdusty2@gmail.com. That's my PayPal if you guys want to PayPal me. But all right. Please forgive me as I do a very, very, very quick advertisement for the show. Here we go. Boom. Shut up, Dusty. Oh, right. Dude's going to say something. Nice voice, though. Hey, if you click the more button on the description of the video, it pops down. The very first link is to my Patreon. Could you please consider chipping in a few bucks? Like I told you guys before, I don't allow ads to run on the show. I don't have any sponsors. I don't sell anything. I'm 100% user supported. So if you guys don't chip into my Patreon, the show goes off the air, and that's fucking it. You'll never know what's happening anymore in society. And as a bonus, you get access to all the after parties. I'm doing every other show. So I did one last show, not this show, but Monday and Friday after party. So go get your ticket. Please help me out, folks. Please. It doesn't mean a lot to you. It'll be a couple bucks on your credit card a month, but it all adds up, and it really is the only way I keep the lights on and keep the animals fed and keep the show going. So please help me if you can. Thank you in advance. And all right, let's read the Super Chats. Got to read all of the PayPals at the end of the show, so get them in, folks. Do it to it. But first off, hail Satan to Roland P. The news is Trump commuted the sentence of George Santos. That's coming in second half. I think you caught it weeks ago. Nostra Dusty. Once again, pat on the back. Prophet Dusty, yep. The only prophet we're subscribing to. Hell yeah, baby. It's so easy, though, folks. It's not any kind of genius I just mostly read what they say they're going to do and then report on it. These people are transparent as shit. I wish I wasn't so good at predicting them, though. And BBC Twin Pearls, take a bit of Pound Town. Love you, BBC. As always, hero shit. Lisa asks, can a treat Dollaroos might buy 110? Fuck yeah. They buy me a pouch or something for Penguin. Agent Orange, $20 for Dusty's move out of America fund. Oh, man, I'm just going down with the ship, y'all. They just going to kill me. I just know. Whatever. It's all good. I get wrong. Like, I'm 50 years old. I don't want to die or anything. I'm real happy. I feel like I'm just starting the golden years of my life. Everything just starting to fucking get good. Everything I've ever worked for my entire fucking life finally coming to a fucking head. But, like, I don't want to go. I don't want to leave the country. I'd rather stay and fucking fight. So if they want to come get me, motherfuckers. Whatever has to happen, has to happen. Thank you, Agent Orange. Vincent Sularito. The vegan trucker in New Jersey loves you. Hey, keep doing what you're doing. Love you back, Vincent. Good to see you tonight. Cryo Drago, $5. Thanks for the show tonight, Dusty. I had a very bad day, and I've been looking forward to this. Hey, well, you're amongst friends now, so cheer up, Cryo Drago, and thank you. And Ivy Evans, superhero, one of the great moderators of the show, Ivy Evans, just gave 10 of you lucky motherfuckers a free ticket if you got it. First off, spam the chat with impunity. You get customized emojis now. You'll figure it out. And secondly, check the community section for all the tickets to the after party. Every one of them is there now, thanks to Ivy Evans, and you better give her your love, because you owe her now. Thank you, Ivy. Welcome to Dust Buddies. Quell fear. That's the way to do it. Spam the chat, buddy. Veggie Out Girl. I got approval for a food coaching program. 6-9 months of school and happy. Fuck yeah, Veggie Out Girl. I don't know what that is, but I love it. WSD time, $10. Good evening, Dusty. Good evening, WSD time. I am seriously contemplating the idea of leaving the country. Do it. While I am uncertain about the specifics, it is something that has been on my mind. Yeah, I've looked into it. I've thought about it, but like I can't move all my animals out of the country. I'm not just going to abandon all my fucking animals, right? I have family that live here that depend on me. I can't just fucking abandon my family. I have a house. I can't just abandon things. So I wish I could, though, sometimes, man. I tell you what, I'd be down there partying with BBC if I didn't have 20 goddamn animals to look after. Thank you, Dusty Time. Jared T, $25. Very generous, Jared T. God bless you and protect you, brother. The Antichrist Trump has built ICE into his private army, and combined with the beast system, a Palantir will crush any dissent and freedom that this country has left. Love to everyone. That's not very positive there, Jerry T. But as always, thank you for generosity, and I love Jesus. He's the tits. Yo, man's code 84. Missed a bunch of your old music from SoundCloud. Are you planning on putting any back up? I got to go find it again. My SoundCloud was so expensive, it was like $600 a year to keep up. It just wasn't worth keeping up, y'all, so I let it go, unfortunately. This show's expensive. People don't know how much money I have to pay to keep this show up. It's a lot, folks, so thank you for donating and helping me keep the lights on. Dog murder happened in my city, says, pardon me, I'm drunk. It was regarding a tip for the homeowners who lived there 2 years ago. Son answered the door. He went to his truck to get his ID. They just barged inside, rip pup. Yeah, it makes me fucking mad, y'all. Don't get me fucking started. But no violence. Don't fall into their trap, y'all. Kitty party? Fuck yeah. I opened all the doors up so all the cats have access to be in here tonight. So we'll see if any of them decide to show up. I don't know. Hadn't seen any tonight. They should all be around. Maybe they're having too much fun with all the room for activities. There's like 2,000 square feet for them to just play in now. So, spoiled motherfuckers. And all right, folks, going to read all the rest of the super chats at the end of the show. So please get them in. Help out the show if you can. I would very much appreciate it. Don't let me go out of business. But for now, moving along, I'm going to cover a little section I like to call
It's the economy, stupid!
First off, on the economy, analysis says tariffs to cost consumers $1.2 trillion in 2025, the largest tax increase on the poor and middle class, on the American citizens in history. And it's not even a tax, like I told you last show. It's a tribute, a tithe to King Trump, because apparently it looks like he could just take this money and do whatever he wants to with it. He could just bail out Venezuela with it. He can just bail out the farmers with it. He can just spend the money any way he wants to. So the biggest slush fund in the history of the entire world to the orange goof to shore up his power, to make sure he never leaves office. Seems bad, America. And then break it. I told you guys in the last show that Trump administration is doubling its Argentina bailout to $40 billion. $40 billion to make sure this far-right guy gets elected in Argentina. $40 billion of our taxpayer money. The total USAID budget was only $35 billion, by the way, which they cut a ton of and killed 2 million people. Hundreds of thousands of children killed all kinds of people. Elon Musk. That was a big problem, wasn't it? But $40 billion for Argentina, no problem at all, I guess, for the biggest suckers and losers on the planet. Meanwhile, open enrollment for the ACA plans, that's Obamacare, began yesterday in Idaho. One couple got notice that their monthly premium next year would jump from $51 to $2,232 as subsidies expire. That means no health care. If you were getting so many subsidies, it was $51, then you 100% cannot afford $2,000 a month, $25,000 a year just for insurance. And if you get sick, that doesn't even cover everything. You still got a huge premium that only covers some of it. You'll still be bankrupt even if you pay the $25,000 a year. 25,000 Idahoans are expected to be priced out of coverage. This is what's at stake. Who do they vote for? Who did Idaho vote for? Somebody check. I'm wondering how sad I should be for them. Meanwhile, rural Magatown loses only medical center. Oopsies. Too stupid to exist. You're supposed to have some kind of self-preservation built in by evolution, but we've completely lost it. These parasites, the oligarchs, have invaded the body of America, and we don't have the antibodies to fight it off. We're literally just helpless. The American people are just helpless, and so have to die off. Curtis is a small town of about 900 people in rural southwest Nebraska. The Curtis Medical Center announced yesterday it is closing. After more than 30 years, it is the only healthcare provider in the community. They blame Trump's upcoming Medicaid cuts for the closure. The town voted for Trump by a 74-point margin. I feel sorry for your kids, but I mean, if you don't love your kids, why should I? If you don't care about your kids' lives, why should I, right? You voted to die, so die, Curtis. No helping you. 100%, most of you would still vote for Trump a third time, even though it's against the Constitution. So no helping you. No sympathy. I don't have a fucking violin small enough for you. And this is how they've decided to control America, folks. Why everybody's struggling for every dime. Why everything's collapsing around us. They're using the purse strings to clamp down on America. So they got this guy, Vault, I call him, which is the name of the evil company in The Boys. He's one of the main authors of Project 2025, and now, of course, he's one of Trump's main henchmen. Now that the government is shut down, he's going in and he's firing everybody that has anything they consider to be a Democratic position. Anybody who's doing anything that they think Democrats would like or approve of, they're firing everybody. And only supporting Republican states. They're stealing all the money from the blue states, and then they're giving it all back to the red states and none of it to the blue states to bankrupt the blue states to make sure that you can't even compete with the red states. Trump budget chief Russ Vault says that as part of the government shutdown, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers will pause more than $11 billion in lower priority projects. Keep this in mind for the Chud Watch section. Actually, it's coming up at the end of this. It said very real world consequences. And consider them for cancellation. He specifically blamed Democrats for the shutdown and listed New York, San Francisco, Boston, and Baltimore as locations where projects would be paused. So, yes, if you take money that was already earmarked towards progressive Democrat cities, states, first off, you make sure the businesses don't have that money. So when they go donate money, they won't be donating to left-wing causes. You put all that money in red states. Not only does it boost up those red states, but also you can put all that money directly to your friends, to your cronies, who you know will give you kickbacks. And that's the whole purpose of this. Meanwhile, Trump tells Schumer he's terminating the $6.8 billion Hudson River Tunnel project he worked 20 years to get. President Donald Trump declared that he would terminate federal funding for the Gateway Project, which aims to build the first new set of Hudson River train tunnels in over a century. If he gets his way, he'll leave a new mark on the region in the form of a pair of unfinished holes on either side of the river. One on the North Burge and another on the Manhattan side, along with 3 other active construction sites that would be abandoned. And he's like, yeah, you're not getting that money. Anybody who opposes me. We're just going to bankrupt you. We're going to take all your projects away. We're going to hurt your constituents. You got to bend the knee, baby. And I almost admire how ruthlessly they're playing this game, folks. Every single domino falling for them. It's hard to watch, but it's very efficient. Meanwhile, like I was just talking about, cutting the Corps of Engineers, it has real-world effects. Here's the largest airlift in Alaska's history. taking place after a massive storm surged winds up to 100 miles per hour, fueled by Typhoon Halong, left at least one person dead and 2 people missing. This was after Doge, Elon Musk, the world's richest man, cut funding that they were going to use to stop this flooding.
Overnight, hundreds of residents in storm-blasted western Alaska airlifted to safety. People plucked from their flood-ravaged homes across an enormous
Plenty of money
area.
for Venezuela, folks.
Largest
Plenty of money for Israel.
Airlift in Alaska history.
No
follows
money for
this
Americans.
Massive storm surge and 100-mile-per-hour winds fueled by Typhoon Halong.
Just drown or die,
washing
America.
Entire parts of towns into the Bering Sea, and it has left 1 person dead and 2 missing so far. More than 6.
Just nightmare shit. And yes, Northwest Alaska evacuating in case you watched mainstream news and don't know what's happening. Apparently, it's not being covered very much. But Trump's EPA canceled $20 million flood protection grant for the area in May, calling it wasteful DEI spending. So, of course, after people are dead, after they have to have the largest evacuation in Alaska history, Shady Vance is all like, President Trump and I are closely tracking the storm devastation that resulted in over 1,000 citizens being airlifted out of Alaska villages. Who could be responsible for this? Alaska, our prayers are with you. Yeah, not our money. Our money is with Israel, right? Our money is with Argentina. But not with you, Alaska. Our prayers and our thoughts are with you. Fuck you, Alaska. And who did Alaska vote for? Somebody check on that. Let me know. And all right, that's the economy, folks. Plenty of money for their prep projects. Plenty of money for other countries. But no money for you as we all go down in this flaming goddamn dumpster fire together. That's what you voted for, America. Take the dick. 3 days late. Yep. Thoughts and prayers are always late, though. Nothing fails like prayer. Climate change. I'm sure climate change has a lot to do with it. It's Alaska. Yep. Praise the Lord. Pass the ammo. Heard that. And sounds like climate change. Yep. It also, to me, sounds like climate change. And all right. Move right along, folks. You've been waiting for it. It's time for some Chud Classic. Hey, hell yeah. Where the party people at? Then all of us say, Rick Flat, woo. And as we're talking about, folks, everything for them, nothing for you. Trump, who's doubled his wealth in this first 10 months as president, they're out there, let them eat cake moment. He's creating this giant ballroom. He wants a big ballroom because he ain't got no balls. And he's hosting billionaire donors tonight for his $200 million White House ballroom. This comes on the 15th day of the government shutdown. Yeah, the government shut down. Let me have a room full of billionaires. Give me tons of money for this fucking ballroom. And remember, they told you, folks, Trump was paying for it out of his own pocket, right? Generous Trump paying for it out of his own pocket. Even if that were true, that's still not a good thing. Our president wasting $200 million on a ballroom instead of spending that money on hungry children, children's cancer research, children with diseases, veterans. You know, there's so many other things that he could be spending that money on. So even if he was paying that himself, that still would be bad. But of course, he's not. That was a fucking lie. It's all a grift. The ballroom is just another way for him to take bribes legally, open. Straight out in fucking public. And he's doing it, of course, folks. Hey, you want to get in good with the president? You want to get pardoned for something? You want to have your pet project go through? Give me $25 million for this stupid fucking ballroom.
Very much in keeping, and we'll be able to really, really generous. I mean, a couple of you, I'm sitting here saying, sir, would $25 million be appropriate? I said, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
You know, it doesn't take too many 25s to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
But
so he's sending them a message, folks. Nobody said that to him, but he's sending a very clear message. Hey, I'm open for donations. Some of you motherfuckers need to give me $25 million for this fucking ballroom that I claimed I was paying for in my own pocket.
a lot of you have been really fantastic.
Yeah.
Ike, thank you very much. You were great.
So, of course, it's all a scam, too. He'll take $500 million in donations for the ballroom, and he'll pay, $20 million to have it put up. And then the rest will be pocketed by him. He'll have his own people, his own contractors. It's all a fucking grift, but he just loves the game, folks. He loves the game. Can't leave a dollar on the fucking table. And then he's saying, hey, every dollar that we don't use that you guys give me, for this ballroom we're going to spend on the Trump Arch. Yes, folks, now is the time where our glorious leader is building a monument for himself, because that's what all dictators do, folks. That's what all rulers really want. It's like the Egyptian days where they built the pyramids in memorial of themselves. Here's Trump going to build a giant arch in Washington, D.C. to celebrate himself. Trump says leftover ballroom money will pay for the arch. The arch would stand at the Washington end of the Memorial Bridge, which spans the Potomac River from Arlington, Virginia, folks. Holy shit, this is going to be the most pissed-on monument in history. They're going to have to hire 24-hour goddamn guards to watch this thing. The feces and urine going to be as high as a horse's bridle for you biblical fans. Anyway, here he is showing off his gaudy shit. Here it is. It's a picture of it, folks. Here's the new Trump Arch they're going to have built in Washington. He's going to solicit $1 billion for this grotesque vanity project. Going to be bigger than the Lincoln Memorial, apparently. Option 1, look how big the Lincoln Memorial is. This is how big the arch is, folks. Everything got to be huge, giant, so you guys know who rules you. Here he is talking about it.
This is just a model of what it would look like in either of the three, any of the three sizes, which is right here. I don't know if you can see it. So that's Lady Liberty.
Horrible.
Lady
Liberty.
Lady Liberty on top. But so the sizes would be very different. Now here's Lincoln, and this is sort of facing this way. And so, you know, this is a direct line. They did this, they didn't do that. So this would be...
I'll tell you what, folks. Elect me president, and I'll turn this into the Donald Trump public urinal. We will encase the whole thing in. There'll be bathrooms. If you need a good place to shit, man, oh my God. Gonna be an amazing fucking place to shit. Gonna be his face. You can like literally piss in his mouth, folks. I'm just saying. Dusty 2028. And, oh God. What the fuck? What the fuck, America? But it's every third world dictatorship, folks. It's all happening. Meanwhile, John Bolton, former national security advisor for Donald Trump, has officially surrendered to authorities on charges of mishandling classified information, folks. This is Trump's hit list. He hired Bolton to begin with, and then Bolton dared speak out against him once they had a falling out, and you can't do that. So Trump has had a grudge against Bolton for the entirety of the Biden administration because Bolton dared speak out in public against him, and you can't do that. You fucking speak out against me, I'll use the entire power of the government to come after you. So Trump, literally trumping up charges against this motherfucker. Now, I'll just start off by saying I don't give a fuck about goddamn John Bolton. He had the chance to testify against Donald Trump, refused to fucking do so, refused to help himself. He's responsible for a lot of the horrible shit not only Trump has done, but the Republicans have done. So this guy can die in fucking prison. But also, they're just making up shit to harass him with, just to let everybody know this is what happens to if you insult us. This is what happens if you come after us, we come after you. Meanwhile, Kash Patel, anyone who threatens our national security will be held accountable. Ex-National Security Advisor John Bolton indicted for improper handling of classified documents. But you might remember, they were all over the stage. They were all over the bathroom. Classified documents everywhere. So it's all a fucking giant joke, folks. It's all a clown show all the fucking time. Harder and harder for me to believe this can be real life. How can a nation be this fucking worthless? And speaking of being worthless, I told you guys this is going to happen. Another prediction came true. Trump pardoned George Santos. And why did I tell you he was going to do this, folks? Well, the reason he did it. He's sending a very clear message to everybody. Hey, if you're a Republican, if you support Donald Trump, you can get away with crimes. You can do anything. There is no rules for you anymore. I'll have your back. Also, it owns the libs because every decent person says, hey, this guy defrauded his constituents. This guy is a criminal. He's a bad guy, and you're just letting him go for no fucking reason. Any decent person is like, that's not how our system is supposed to work. That's not how rule of law is supposed to work. That's a two-tier justice system where some people are not held accountable. And anybody with any kind of decency, I guess that owns you because that's not the way our country is supposed to be. That saddens you to see this two-tier justice system that only benefits certain people. And all the social media right-wingers will be all over this is great. Look at all the people upset. Look at all the people upset that you can do anything as a Republican, get away with it. And you're right, folks. I mean, you didn't own us. The level of you guys' victory over us is 100% complete. I hope that you enjoy the world that you're going to get from this. But holy shit, we're fucking owned, dudes. And, George Santos was somewhat a rogue, but basically Donald Trump said, he's suffered enough. Let him go immediately. And so, hey, if you're a Democrat, if you're progressive, they'll find things to charge you with. They'll Trump shit up. They'll call you a terrorist. But if you're a Republican, you can literally get away with anything, which creates a playing field that's so uneven, you literally cannot survive in it unless you are a Republican. So it's 100% dominance in every single way by conservatives. A complete fucking takeover, a flawless victory, everybody. Yes, I know. I'm fucking negative as shit. I'm sorry. I'm going to be proven wrong, though. Yeah, maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised that the nation will stand up and overturn all this shit. Maybe I will be, folks. Surprise me, please. Then Trump says he's going to use the IRS to come after Democrats, to come after the left. So, once again, another example on how you cannot possibly survive in this country anymore unless you're a conservative, unless you bend the knee. The U.S. plans to use the IRS to target political opponents. This is an absolute textbook way of abusing the arms and the powers of the state that were set up by all of us to benefit all of us. But nope. Going to shit on all opposition, folks. Then just loves to lie, folks. I mean, just every word that comes out of his mouth. If he doesn't know what the answer is, he'll just spout a lie because he knows there's no ramifications. He knows the press won't ever ask him. Even his own people, as he lies, are starting to look a little panicked. Here he is claiming that the weight loss drug Ozempic is going to hugely come down in price, even though he has not negotiated that in any way whatsoever. Here's Dr. Oz to correct him.
Yeah, you mentioned a $1,300 drug at the top of this. Were you referring to the weight loss drugs?
Yeah, I was referring to Ozempic, or I was saying the fat loss drug.
So those are going to be $150 out of pocket for
well,
Americans.
they'll be much lower. They'll be much lower.
Look at Oz's face. Oz is like, wait a minute. He's talking about this Ozempic drug. We ain't even negotiated with the Ozempic people yet. The fuck he talking about? Look at his face.
$150 out of pocket for
well,
Americans.
They'll be much lower. They'll be much lower. Yeah, go ahead, please.
We have not negotiated those yet.
That's a lie.
We're going to be rolling these out over time.
Trump is lying.
The GOP category of drugs, which includes Ozempic, have not been negotiated yet.
Not been negotiating. He's just bringing it up, folks, because he all knows that you're fat and you want cheap Ozempic. And if he just tells you he's going to give you cheap Ozempic, it's just as good as doing it, folks. He'll get just as much credit for claiming he did it as if he actually did it. Every right-wing influencer, everybody in those airways will just say he did it. And that's just as good in our current society. And then, you guys heard Trump's talking point, though, that he has ended 7 wars in 7 months. Now it's 8 wars in 8 months. He's been saying this over and over and over again. Here's the Department of State pushing this abject lie from the official channels. President Trump, 8 wars in 8 months. Cambodia, Kosovo, DRC, Pakistan, Egypt, Armenia, Israel. Now, I know that you know this is a fucking lie. Because Trump said it. It's obviously a lie. But in case you really want the evidence behind it, the information behind this lie, let me educate you real quick. Cambodia and Thailand, it was a border conflict that ended thanks to mediation by Malaysia. All Trump did was a phone call threatening tariffs. Kosovo and Serbia, there was no war. DRC and Rwanda, war did not end. Violence continues. Pakistan and India, India is adamant there was no U.S. mediation. Israel and Iran, the U.S. was literally a belligerent. Remember the U.S. strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities? Yes, I do. Egypt and Ethiopia, there was no war. Armenia and Azerbaijan, noted. The peace deal hasn't actually been signed yet. And Israel and Hamas, we all know how that is working out. Beyond obscene for the U.S. to take credit for ending a genocide, it was the key enabler for, genocide of people. And then you say, we freed you. But that's Trumpism 101. Take credit for everything, baby. And now let's check in with a little Charlie Kirk news. Dear Charlie Kirk, I'm sorry you got murked. Dude, you were the GOAT. Texas Attorney General orders colleges to expel Charlie Kirk critics. Here we go, the free speech absolutist again. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton says his office will investigate the University of North Texas after the school ignored his earlier call to investigate and discipline students who a classmate accused of celebrating the shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. In a letter Thursday, Paxton also accused the university of failing to investigate what he called ongoing radical leftist activity on campus. They never believed in free speech, y'all. They hate the Constitution. They're going to shut you up every chance they get. And then here's a real billboard somebody improved upon. I guess this was in Asheville, North Carolina, and Matt Von Swole. Nice name. I'm sure that's real. Clutching his pearls, y'all. Clutching his pearls. Pretend like he's so upset. So first off, the sign used to say, the blood of the martyrs is the seed of the church. Charlie Kirk, 1993 to 2025, paid for by True. I guess that's metal supply. And somebody scratch out Charlie Kirk's names. It says, smash fascism, stand up, fight. And Matt Van Swoe says, this is shaking me to my core. Damn, your core is a pussy ass bitch. Butch up, dude. I can't believe this would have happened here in Asheville, North Carolina. I knew things were bad, but even still, I had hope that things weren't as bad as they seemed. I was wrong. I was so wrong. They destroyed a billboard hollering Charlie Kirk. And you motherfuckers are so out of touch. It's crazy. You guys are so deep in your right-wing bubble that you don't realize everyone fucking hates you, okay? You have a very, very small group of cult members that'll back you to fuck up, but the rest of us hate your guts and only wish horrible things for you. Wake up, sleeping uglies. And did you guys see it? Did you guys see Mitch McConnell, folks? I had to look it up to see if Mitch McConnell was still a senator, and he is. We are ruled by zombies, by these people that are not even fucking alive anymore. He's been out of the spotlight for a little while. I covered him a few times in the past where he kept glitching out. He'd just sit there on camera and go completely fucking blank. He was obviously having a stroke. So basically, they removed him from TV. They don't have him on there anymore, and it's very obvious to see why they removed him. The guy clearly is not all there anymore. He's still a U.S. senator. There's still somebody controlling him, folks. Somebody controlling this walking zombie, this corpse. But anyway, ironically, they ask him a question about ICE, and he trips and falls. Watch this shit.
My name is Stella. I want to ask, do you support ICE taking working people off the streets and kidnapping them?
Yeah, we are ruled by people not even cognizant, y'all. I fell on the floor. I fell, y'all. I can't even walk. I need assistance just walking 3 feet, y'all. I'm making all your laws for you, y'all. I'm enabling dictators, y'all. I'm the reason democracy's ended, y'all. This is America, y'all. Folks, I'm starting to think representative democracy ain't working. System fuck, it ain't working, y'all. So, needless to say, there were some people making a little fun, just a little fun, like this one. Best wishes to Mitch McConnell after his fall today. And looking good, Mitch. Looking damn good. He's got at least another 10 years office in him. I can feel it. And then apparently they got another camera angle of the whole thing. Here's one of his fall yesterday. And oh, somebody help him up. Somebody help him up. And Mitch McConnell getting out of tough questions by falling down is my new go-to move. Like, this genius, this real man of genius figured it out. This video is called Mitch McConnelling My Way Out of Tough Questions.
Kev, did you eat my leftovers?
Father, could you take me to a soccer tournament that's like 3 hours away?
Kev, come help me take my braids out.
He did. You killed him with that one. Hell to the no. Take your own braids out, bitch. Got better things to do. And, of course, hypocrisy, though. Can't have an old motherfucker fall on his face without some hypocrisy. Representative Mike Lee says, no decent person. None. Zero decent people. Any certainty. Any certainly. No. I guess that means and certainly no conservative person should mock an 83-year-old's fall. That was heartbreaking. And the thought of anyone finding it amusing is hard to fathom. Only you're going to laugh. Guess who laughed at Joe Biden's fall? Yeah, it was this guy. Why stares are a threat to humanity. It's different when I do it, folks. When I do it, it's completely fine. But when you do it, you're the worst. But of course, the people are fucking nothing. They ain't about shit. Same day as the next. Meanwhile, the Chud Watch section, Carolyn Leavitt doing her best to bring the temperature down, folks. They're really worried about all the divisive rhetoric going around in politics. Let's watch her bring the temperature down a little bit.
Proved that the Democrat Party's main constituency are made up of Hamas.
Play it again.
Proved that the Democrat Party's main constituency are made up of Hamas terrorists, illegal aliens, and violent criminals. That is who the Democrat Party is catering to, not the Trump administration and not the White House and not the Republican Party, who is standing up for law-abiding Americans.
That's right, folks. We're all Hamas. We're all terrorists. We're all the most evil people on the planet, they say, when they claim that we are turning the temperature up too high and creating a violent atmosphere. And as I told you on the last show, folks, every news organization has refused to sign the Pentagon's new rules. There are new rules that say you can't publish any story about the Pentagon unless you get our permission first. 100% state-sponsored media they want. And a few organizations did sign. Let's see who did it, folks. Congrats to our new in-house Pentagon press corps. The Federalist, the Epoch Times, OAN, Turkish newspaper Akzam, 3 individuals from the Turkish state-run dual agency, 2 Turkish freelancers, a reporter from the Australian, an Afghan freelancer, and 3 lesser-known operatives. So yay for state-run media, folks. Literally, none of the main media outlets in this country are inside the Pentagon anymore. But if you're keeping score at home, a Chinese religious cult has a spot in the Pentagon press corps, but no American newspaper is represented. This is where we're at. Literally, the Federal Epoch Times is a Chinese religious cult rag. They have access to the Pentagon, but not any major media organization in America right now, folks. Exactly as they want it. They don't want you to know what's happening, folks, right before they do the Insurrection Act. They wanted these people gone on purpose so they would have nobody on the inside that could report this shit. All by design. And then, folks, let's check in with Pete Kegsbreath. You know, the guy that runs our entire military. This gentleman. Let's check in with his pastor to see what his pastor has to say, folks. Let's see what the guy who's running our military's pastor has to say.
The institution of slavery is not inherently evil.
What's that? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What did he say?
The institution of slavery is not inherently evil.
Okay.
I know. Some of you guys are upset by that.
A little bit.
You guys are saying, I've been saying that for years.
I have not been saying that for years.
Okay, I'll take it a step further. It is not inherently evil to own another human being.
Oh, please stop.
I know. Just wait. Some of you guys are really upset, but let's talk through this because it is very important that every Christian affirm what I just said. And not only should they affirm it, every Christian in today's society should be able to defend what I just said. Okay?
So easy to defend,
every Christian should be able to defend it. Big evangelicalism has been getting this wrong for years. Basically, since the Genesis, since the advent of Big Eva. They haven't had a good answer for the slavery issue.
No good answer.
Christians in America have been led astray on this topic. They've been led to believe things that the Bible doesn't teach. And when we go beyond the Bible, there are dire consequences.
That's right! There are consequences for believing that slavery is not good, y'all. So once again, it's just like white supremacy. I've told you guys this over and over again. They know what they're doing. They know what they're fucking all about. They're not even hiding it. They're not even at all trying to hide it. They're just telling you what the fuck they're doing. Hey, we're the fucking Nazis. We have the new SS, the new secret police rampaging through your fucking streets. If you guys try to do anything about it, we're going to use the military to clamp down on you. We're going to call you Antifa, and we're going to lock you the fuck up, right? Very clear, very clear. Nothing's ever been clearer, folks. But gaslighting, they just want to gaslight you, folks. I guess they ain't got nothing else to say here as Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, folks. So they've been covering up the Epstein files. They're the GOP, the guardians of pedophiles, and so they've been doing everything they can to not pass the vote that the Democrats want to release the Epstein files. Well, there's a woman who won her race Democratic candidate. And once she's sworn in, she will break the tie vote, and they will be forced to release the Epstein files. So Speaker Mike Johnson has done everything he can not to swear her in, even though it's against the real fucking rules. It's illegal. It doesn't fucking matter. They will literally do anything they possibly can to protect and cover for pedophiles. This is who rules us. And so with no hint of irony, he's going to look at the camera and he's going to say this woman who he has not voted in order to protect pedophiles should be working for her constituents, a thing that she cannot do until he swears her in.
Say this right now, though, Jake. Rep. Grijalva she should be working for her constituents.
How?
I don't know what she's doing. I keep seeing their political stunt videos and they're knocking on the door and she's not there. She should be in her office. She should be working or in the district for her constituents. She's already hired 16 staffers. She should be taking constituent calls. She should be directing and helping them navigate the crisis that
You have not sworn her in.
Colleagues here have created for her constituents. We're happy to administer the oath. We're going to do it as soon as we get back.
As soon as we get back.
Get the lights on first. We got to make sure that our troops are being paid and our border patrol.
That's what it's about, folks. Cover up for pedophilia, anything. But as they often state, shamelessness is their superpower. And holy shit, are they powerful, folks. They will literally say anything. It doesn't matter how bizarre and wild it is. Speaking of which, folks, speaking of saying things that are just wild as shit and bizarre, here's the guy who has no medical experience whatsoever that's in charge of all of our health care in this country. Brainworms himself, RFK Jr., letting us all know that teenage sperm count, something he's thought an awful lot about, is lower than 65-year-old men these days.
Today, the average teenager in this country
Yes, are you sure?
has 50% of the sperm.
How do you know that?
50% of the testosterone is a 65-year-old man.
I don't think that's telling the truth.
Girls are hitting puberty 6 years earlier.
That's right, folks. I'm an expert on teenage semen. I've had so much teenage semen, and it doesn't taste like it has very much testosterone.
And of course, no such studies have been done, folks. The United States would never fund studies on teenage semen, so he's just making this shit up, but it doesn't fucking matter. It only matters who controls the airwaves. They can literally say anything, no matter how ridiculous it is. He's just trying to make you feel like, oh my God, masculinity! Masculinity is going away, and we're going to save it. This is directly aimed at all the toxic masculine dickheads out there. And this should be illegal, folks. I don't know why it's not. I thought they passed a law about this. I guess they didn't. But it's no surprise that we've reached this point. But we've reached this point where the official Senate Republicans account, 166,000 likes, the official one, is using AI video as though they are real in order to attack and demonize their political opponents. Here they are posting this AI video of Chuck Schumer and pretending like it's real in order to enrage their base.
Every day gets better for us.
Chuck Schumer thinks playing with Americans' livelihoods is just a game. When asked about the government shutdown, Schumer said,
"Every day gets better for us."
Really, Chuck? How's that?
Quite a bit of military members and their families in line.
Control towers shutting down.
Critical food assistance for low-income women, infants.
So it doesn't make any difference, though, folks. This is the future. They can do anything. They can have you saying anything. There are no rules anymore. It only matters who sees it. And tons of people are going to see it, folks. 1 million views. They got 1 million views already, folks. Because it's a post-truth society now. Interesting. The future's going to be interesting, that's for sure. And told you guys on the last show that somebody leaked a bunch of chat transcripts from young Republican organizations. Now, just because I say young doesn't mean they're kids. They're 18 to 40. Most of these people were in their mid-30s, mid-late 30s. They're grown-ass fucking men. Racist as shit, sexist as shit, dreaming about rape, making rape jokes. But this is where we're at, folks, in this country. That's not a big deal. They don't have any problem with that, the Republican Party. What they have a problem with is letting people know about it, is ratting them out, folks. Phil Nieto, the White House confronted Gavin Wax for leaking racist text messages to Politico a week ago before the story was published. And yes, the White House quite literally confronted the guy who leaked the Nazi group chat. Not the Nazi members, but the leaker. They defended the Nazis. They defended the racist. They defended the sexist. And they attacked the person that let you know what they were doing, because they hate whistleblowers. They hate you having the knowledge, folks. And Shady Vance, couch fucker, he was Johnny on the spot to defend this shit. He's out there like, they're just a bunch of kids, y'all. What do you expect from kids, okay? This ain't serious. Don't even think about it, because they're kids.
But the reality is that kids do stupid things.
Here are the kids, folks. 31 years old, 35 years old, 28, 29, 24, 27, 27. They're not kids. They're full-ass grown men. But it doesn't matter. Whatever they have to say to distract you
is that kids do stupid things, especially young boys. By focusing on what kids are saying in a group chat, grow up. I'm sorry, focus on the real issues.
Okay, we are focused on the real issue. These are not kids. These are the future leaders and current leaders of the Republican Party being racist, sexist, writing group chat and laughing about it giddily. And it's obvious why you don't want us to look at this, why you want to be like, squirrel, look over there, right? But they cancel comedians over jokes about Charlie Kirk, but when it comes to I Love Hitler and slave rape jokes, J.D. Vance called them just kids. This isn't a slip of the tongue. It's calculated permission. The right always finds grace for white supremacists, never for black or Jewish lives. Meanwhile, they were only 35, you sick fuck! I can't believe what you did to them when they were only 35. Just little babes in the woods, barely 34, 35 years old. You sick piece of shit. Yep. Can't wait to see these guys on Law and Order, right? Right. Meanwhile, speaking of Shady Vance, y'all, I love this woman, Jennifer Welch, co-host of I Had It. Don't have heroes. They're only going to disappoint you, but damn, she tearing shit up lately. This is the common sense Democratic message they need out there, folks. I doubt they're going to listen to her. She could probably become a pariah for the Blue MAGA. But anyway, here she is over at MSNBC calling out Shady Vance for defending racist when he himself has brown children and a wife.
He is married to a woman of Indian descent.
Yes.
He has mixed race children.
Yes.
So to all of the MAGA voters out there, if this man will not defend his wife and will not defend his kids, do you think he gives a crap about you?
I do not.
Or anything to do with you?
I know he ain't about nothing. He literally called Trump Hitler, and now he couldn't suck more Trump dick. So just the worst representative of politics who would do anything for power. Meanwhile, since we're speaking about her, Jennifer Welch, here she is telling the Democrats what they need to do.
Under this, every Republican and Democrat should be in D.C. right now working. Most of all, Moses Mike Johnson, who is this big Christian. If he's a big Christian, he should be teeing up, fighting for health care, fighting for the marginalized, fighting for the poor. But instead, he weaponizes his faith to lure voters in and then dicks them over every chance he can get. And that's what people are so sick of.
Ask Republicans 101. Use your faith to con idiots out of whatever you can con them out of. I mean, I guess that's the history of faith, though. That's what faith is for. That's the only purpose of faith. Meanwhile, I don't know if you guys heard about this one, but this seems bad. If democracy wasn't already dead enough, it's about to be 100% dead and buried. Supreme Court likely to unravel Voting Rights Act. The Supreme Court appeared poised on Wednesday to upend a key provision of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, a move that could gut a pillar of landmark civil rights legislation and prohibit lawmakers from using race as a factor in drawing voting maps. So here's what was happening. In conservative areas, they were basically taking black people's votes away by gerrymandering the districts in a way where black people would be picked and choose into Republican districts, and their vote wouldn't really count anymore. They would basically have it to where they would have no representation anymore. They would do this very specifically because they knew black people were more likely to vote Democrat, and so they would basically just erase them. And so they passed a law: hey, you can't do that. You can't erase black people's votes. You have to let black people's votes count. So they passed a law that they can't gerrymander in a way that specifically targets black people and erases their votes. Well, Supreme Court, they about to undo all that, folks. They about to let you take black people's votes away, and that's going to have a very severe consequence. Before we get there, Newsmax wants you guys to know this is actually a good thing. The civil rights time is past, you guys.
Yep. Here's the litmus test. If the same standard were applied, if you just remove the word black and insert the word white, would somebody else consider it racist, biased, or unconstitutional? If yes.
Yes, if you were specifically taking white folks' votes away, it would have never happened to begin with. But if you were doing that, yes, that would be racist.
Then you can't do it. You can't do it for black, white, blue, green, yellow people, whatever. The liberal argument in this case is in favor of racial quotas under the false premise that, quote, without black majority districts, black people won't get elected to Congress. That's literally what they said. And
they won't. You're literally taking their vote away from them, making their vote not count anymore.
The Louisiana Solicitor General made the case that if these maps are drawn to make sure black people are elected to Congress, then they're also drawn ipso facto to keep white people out of Congress.
That's completely fucking bullshit. What are you talking about? No, it's not. Plenty of white people in fucking Congress. Nobody's trying to take their vote away. And but I'm begging you, just care for a moment, folks. This is why it matters. Democrats in the South face a wipeout if Supreme Court guts voting rights acts. Every state will be redistricts, so there'll be 100% red, and then you'll have a Republican majority in the House of Representatives forever, literally ever. This is it. This is the end game, folks. This is the end of democracy. A rule of Republicans for the rest of American history. And it looks like they're going to do it, folks. I don't know how not to be pessimistic about this. Somebody please tell me. It seems like the only way this is going to change if there's some kind of revolt and the system is torn down. Once again, I'm not urging people to do that. I don't think I have to. I think it'll happen on its own. But it seems like bad times coming, folks. And that is my Chud Watch for this evening. Hell yeah, we did it, folks. And if you're watching replay, don't forget. QR code leads to my PayPal. Great way to support the show. If you've been entertained, please throw me a couple bucks so I can live and eat. Thank you. I do not want to die. And what you guys got to say over here? Daddy Sexy Paws. I haven't called you guys that in a long time. I'm going to bring that back. DSPs. This is such a shitty argument. I assume you're talking about their argument, not mine. My arguments are amazing. Revolution. Yeah. Seems like it's going to have to get a lot worse before it gets better. Unfortunately. And all right, folks, let's move along. We got a free Palestine coming up, followed by a trash world. I got 2 Beyond parodies and 1 hero. So get your super chats in, folks. But for now, it's time for Free Palestine. Need to make me no intro for this. And another day goes by, folks, and Israel simply cannot stop killing folks. It's just in their, I would say, DNA. Not literally in their DNA, just in the DNA of their culture. They have to be murdering somebody at all times. They have to be doing the terrorism at all times because they're the eternal victims. And to prove their victimhood, you have to be the victim of somebody, and you have to go get your vengeance upon that person. That is directly their ideology, folks. So, here they are bombing South Lebanon right now, folks. Amazing firepower. This is what happens when the world's largest military gives you everything you want. This is what our good old taxpayer dollars are funding, folks, here. They just can't go a single day without bombing things. And, folks, this is not the sunrise. This is American weapons, y'all. Look at the destruction. Look at the fucking power. And hear the screams. Good old America. That's what we're doing, folks. That's what we're backing. This evil terrorist regime who just jacks off 24/7 to the thought of murdering people. That's who rules us, folks. Meanwhile, lest you believe there was ever a ceasefire, of course there wasn't, folks. It's the same playbook they've been doing over and over again. Breaking UN agency says Israeli forces continue to kill civilians in Gaza despite the ceasefire, calling it a war crime. Of course they are, folks. They have no intention of ever stopping. Netanyahu announces Israel will not abide by the terms of facilitating humanitarian aid, despite it being a key ceasefire agreement clause. Didn't take long, did it? I told you guys this is going to happen. They could have had the ceasefire a long time ago. They could have got every single hostage back a long time ago. Hamas was trying to sign ceasefires from the very beginning. Israel never wanted it. They still don't want it. They can't stop killing people. Their bloodlust is too great. You want to know how evil these people are? They're literally using their children, their babies in strollers to block aid that will go to starving children. Their hate is so great. They're using their own baby strollers, their own children, to make sure other children are starved to death. Next level evil. They hate all of us, folks. Don't think they'll just do this to your to these Palestinian children. No, they'll do it to your children too if they get the chance, folks. Unless you lay down and worship, folks. Complete submission. That's what you must do. You must lay down and being enslaved. If you fight back, that will not be tolerated. And John Cleese says, this is extraordinarily important and evidence, it's evidence of treason, but this is absolutely 100% true. Joe Biden and Netanyahu were offered Gaza deal a year ago, says negotiator. Gershon Baskin says he got the plan on the president's desk, but then learned that the Israelis were waiting for change of administration in Washington. Yes, confirmed the Gaza peace deal was the same deal offered to Netanyahu and the U.S. repeatedly, but it was turned down by Israel because they wanted to gift Trump, Israeli asset, a perceived victory. Of course they did. And of course, Joe Biden fell for it every step of the way. Joe Biden could not have been a bigger slave. That child murdering sack of fucking shit. Dead ass Joe Biden, fucking corpse, loser, almost like he was losing on fucking purpose. And I reported it when it was happening. I reported all that shit when it was happening. And then, folks, Trump out here basically saying every person who was killed in Palestine was Hamas, folks. Here's how they're justifying the genocide.
Absolutely. Way down under the earth. And the tunnels are like 3 feet. Can you believe it? 3 feet high. They lived like this for a long period of time. It's a horrible atrocity. At the same time, we, meaning Israel, but I knew everything they were doing pretty much. I knew most of the things they were doing, but they've killed probably 70,000 of these people, Hamas.
Yeah, Hamas, they killed 70,000. The vast, vast majority of the people killed were not Hamas. They were innocent civilians, women, children, first responders. Not Hamas in any way whatsoever, but this is how they justified it. Now, of course, it was way, way more than 70,000 as well, probably close to 200,000, but they're all Hamas, they're all terrorists, folks, so justify the genocide. And then he's just out here threatening. It doesn't sound like much of a ceasefire to me. Doesn't sound like much of a peace deal to me. Donald Trump says, if Hamas continues to kill people in Gaza, which was not the deal, we will have no choice but to go in and kill them. Thank you for your attention on this matter, even though it's Israel doing the killing. It's Israel who's broken the ceasefire. But as you've just said, he's already declared everybody in Palestine is Hamas. So, yeah, we're going to go and kill all you guys. And they're doing it, folks. American military personnel have begun arriving in Israel through Ben Gurion Airport. Yay! You motherfuckers about to die for Israel. And ain't a tear gonna be fucking shed. If you die for Israel, good. Good. Oh, man. I'm gonna dance on your fucking grave. I'm gonna jack off on the wall at the thought of you fucking dying, you fucking idiots. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I'm fucked up. No fucks given anymore. If you go over and die for these fucking terrorists, I will celebrate your demise. Deleted, belly up, you sack of fucking shit. And then another shocker, folks. Israel newspaper Haaretz interviewed IDF soldiers who admitted they were given orders to shoot unarmed Palestinians. So when Donald Trump tells you all these people that were killed were Hamas, even the IDF soldiers are saying that's not true.
Some Israeli soldiers have been speaking to local media about the killings at the food sites. The Haaretz newspaper says soldiers were ordered to deliberately shoot Palestinians near aid centres, despite them not posing a danger to anyone. We're going to go now to Hamda Salut in Jordan's capital, Amman. She's there because the Israeli government has banned Al Jazeera from reporting inside Israel, as well as the occupied West Bank. Hamda, this is a remarkable admission. What more was revealed in these reports?
a shocking admission in the Israeli newspaper Haaretz that interviewed a lot of different soldiers and commanders talking about how they were given orders to shoot and kill Palestinians who were seeking aid in order to disperse the crowds. Now, for nearly a month since this all began on May 27th, the Israeli military and the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation have either denied or downplayed the fact that there are Palestinians getting killed while they are seeking aids. People in Gaza have said that these distribution centers have now become a trap for Palestinians, and several different AIDS groups have said that the Palestinians are left with no choice to either starve to death or die seeking the very little food that is offered within the distribution centers from the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which from the beginning was this sort of shadowy group, incredibly controversial, still unclear who exactly is backing it, who exactly gave it this initial funding. The Israelis denied it, the Americans denied it, but many are pointing the finger at the Israelis for wanting to control all of the humanitarian distributions in order to get more access military.
Nobody's surprised by this, y'all. We knew that was happening, but as always, just like they denied at first bombing the hospitals, now they just admit they bombed every fucking hospital, of course. They were killing the hungry people just trying to get aid. And this is how the Washington Post covered it, folks. Maham Bahat al-Haran, 11-year-old Palestinian boy, has been shot dead by Israeli forces in the town of Al-Raya. Washington Post, Palestinian Health Ministry says a boy has died from injury after shooting. You don't hate these people enough, folks. God damn it. Fuck the Washington Post. Please do not subscribe to the Washington Post. Their paid subscribers are way less than they've ever fucking been, and they should be fucking zero. Meanwhile, here is the most moral army in the world. I was brutally tortured inside Israeli jails. They electrocuted my eyes, so I lost them. Abu Fool says, folks, they would do this to every one of us if they had the fucking chance, these fucking psychopaths. And there are 10,000 Palestinian prisoners, 10,000 hostages still being tortured by Israel in their fucking torture and rape farms. But I will give a shout out to AIPAC Tracker, man. They're making a big difference. AIPAC Tracker has to be one of the most successful projects for the left in a while. They're going out there and they're shaming all these politicians for taking this terroristic AIPAC money. And some of them are starting to get the message. Some of them are starting to fight back and push back, like Seth Moulton. I am returning AIPAC donations and refusing to accept any donation or support from them. The FEC filing I made yesterday reflects that we are returning donations. Good on you. You should all fucking do that. And anybody that takes a dime from AIPAC, no votes for you. I don't give a fuck who you are. Speaking of which, Gavin Newsom. Remember Gavin Newsom? They asked him about AIPAC money, and 10 times over and over again, he was like, that's interesting. That's so interesting. You asked me that. It's just interesting. It's interesting. You know what's interesting? It's interesting that you asked me that interesting thing that's so interesting. It melted down, folks, and this is why. Governor Gavin Newsom has signed legislation making California the first state in the nation to establish a statewide anti-Semitism prevention coordinator to oversee all K-12 public schools. They putting fucking this shit right in the schools. The terrorism in the schools to brainwash your kid with. So, folks, if we fight hard, if we fight tooth and nail, if we phone bank and we do everything in our power to get Gavin Newsom elected, we walk our shoes till they have holes in them and knock doors for him and fight the Trump administration tooth and fucking nail, blood, sweat, and tears, and we finally do it. We overcome the Trump administration. Then our reward is this fucking Zionist motherfucker, because it's controlled oppositions. Both sides suck shit. This fucking country. This is our reward, folks. That's our reward if we win. But you guys see the debate between Zohran Mamdani, anti-Israel, pro-Palestinian, anti-genocide hero, the 33-year-old NYC mayoral candidate, and corrupt-ass sex pest Cuomo, and also Slilwa, leader of the Guardian Angels, was there. And a complete domination, of course, by Zohran Mamdani. It's so rare and unusual to see a politician that can actually talk, that actually has integrity and morals and backbone to stand on, but also can speak and talk mad shit like a motherfucker. Here he is dominating Cuomo. It was a flawless victory.
Mr. Mamdani, want to respond?
And if we have a health pandemic, then why would New Yorkers turn back to the governor who sent seniors to their death in nursing homes? That's the kind of experience that's on offer here today. What I don't have in experience, I make up for in integrity. And what you don't have in integrity, you could never make up for in experience.
Damn, stop! He's already dead! And the whole thing was like that. The whole thing was him just taking his big jumbo dick and smacking motherfuckers around. Then here's the end of it. I don't want to show you anymore, but here's the end of it. Pretty telling. I asked him, hey, who amongst you has bought weed from the weed shop?
Have you ever purchased anything in a cannabis shop? And if so, what did you buy, Mr. Mamdani?
I have.
I'm high right now, motherfucker.
Purchased marijuana at a legal cannabis shop.
Okay.
A bunch of times.
Cuomo? No. Mr.
No, of course not. No. Oh, Funny done it. No. Fun is illegal. No, I would never do that. I would never smoke the reefer. No. This fucking guy. And then, of course, Slowa, who was the leader of the Guardian Angels, who's a complete fucking psycho nut job. Instead of just saying yes, has to talk about how he got shot a bunch of times.
Please what?
When I was shot 5 times, I've had Crohn's disease. I did use medical marijuana. Yes.
Yes, okay. I did use medical marijuana, but I did not like it. I did not inhale. I just rubbed it all over my ball sack for my Crohn's disease. Thank you for asking me. Just good God. What a clown show! And go, Mamdani. I hope he wins. We'll see what happens. And that is my Free Palestine for this evening. And all right, folks, we got a Trash World What the Fuck combo and a warning. There's a death that takes place in the what the fuck section. And then a couple Beyond Parodies. This show's longer than I thought it was going to be. Looks like we're going to do a solid 2 hours tonight. I'm bad at predicting times, y'all. It's almost like I run my mouth too much. But anyway, sing along in other words. Actually, don't, because it's a combo. You don't get to sing along. Trash World! What the fuck? WTF question mark, WTF exclamation point. And I cover this story when it's happened, but more details on this kid who is trying to start a race war. He's trying to justify the hatred towards brown people, towards minorities, towards undocumented workers. I guess he was trying to get shit to kick off. So he staged his own kidnapping, but I'll give it to him. He doesn't shy away from going all the way and doing what it takes. This little bastard shot himself. A Florida teenager is facing charges after allegedly faking his own kidnapping and shooting himself in the leg as part of the hoax. According to officials, Caden Spite, a 17-year-old from Citrus Springs, Florida, was arrested and charged with presenting false evidence, shooting into a conveyance, making a false report of a crime, and possessing a firearm as a minor. In the alleged staged kidnapping, officials say Spite purchased equipment at Walmart and searched on ChatGPT about Mexican cartels and collecting his blood without causing pain, according to his arrest affidavit. Spite texted his parents and younger brother in a group chat on September 2025 that says he was being shot at. I need help being shot at. 4 Hispanic armed white van, 1 driver. I'm hit. And so the next thing you know, I covered this all over social media. All the right-wingers were posting the stories as if it were true and using it for justification of rounding up brown people, which is exactly, I guess, the point of this. The hatred. He wanted to back up Trump's militarization of our fucking streets. So another white supremacist doing white supremacy fucking shit in this trash fucking planet. And then, speaking of a trash planet, can't get any more trash than Ghoul John Fetterman. Well, good news. Apparently, the diet Republicans are trying to get fucking rid of him. I guess he not even a diet Republican enough for the diet Republicans. Senator John Fetterman defended the supporters of President Donald Trump on Wednesday night while speaking at a news station. Oh, big shocker. Anyway, PA Democrats are plotting to unseat Fetterman, so I hope you do it. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that they didn't just elect him fucking again. But you couldn't do worse. And holy God, I can't imagine that guy's going to get elected again. Who fucking likes that guy? Unless he runs as a Republican, maybe. They never have heroes, folks. Never put anybody on a pedestal. They're only going to disappoint you. Case in point. Bill Burr, who's been in my hero section multiple times. Based ass Bill Burr. Just completely tone deaf about this whole Riyadh thing. So he went and played for the Saudi royalty, the trillionaires who murdered American journalist Khashoggi, cut him up into pieces. But they also have a long history of civil rights violations. They have slavery. It's not a good society. It's not a society built on equality or human dignity in any way. But he took the bag, even though he has a whole career pointing out the hypocrisy of people that take bags like this from rich dickheads. But he did it, and he knows that he was wrong, folks. But he's getting a lot of feedback, a lot of pushback, and instead of admitting that he was wrong, instead of owning up to his shit, he just keeps doubling down on it again and again and again, like he didn't do anything fucking wrong whatsoever. Here he is on Conan O'Brien. Even Conan O'Brien gave him the side eye at his bullshit excuses.
Yeah, we'll do a bump on the console.
You went to Riyadh. It's a comedy festival they had in Riyadh, and you went with a bunch of other people. Yes, a bunch of comedians.
Yes, we went there, and I was scared shitless.
Were you scared before you went?
100%. Because I had the same idea that part of the world as everybody else. I thought I was going to go there. There was going to be a bunch of people dressed like Yasser Arafat, shooting machine guns in the air, going, "Death to America! There's one! Cut his fucking head off!"
Yeah, I was completely uneducated in every way whatsoever, so I was scared before I went. Maybe Google it? You could have Googled it. You could have researched ahead of time and then known what you're getting yourself into, and then you would have known about all the human rights abuses and the slavery and shit, and maybe not go along with it. But he's trying to justify it. It's like, I was totally wrong. I thought they were just some backwoods redneck motherfuckers, and they were so cool, the Saudi royalty. Just good God, dude. Disappointing, but not surprised. And folks, guess who was right again? It was me. I was right again. You guys remember how much shit I took the multiple times I've called out pedophile Michael Jackson? Yes, you do. Folks, Michael Jackson a pedophile. Okay, I don't even understand it anymore. Dude admitted to sleeping with all kinds of kids he's not even related to. Crazy motherfuckers are like, Dusty, he didn't have no childhood. It's completely normal for a grown-ass man to sleep with a bunch of strange children if he doesn't have a childhood. And I was like, the fuck y'all talking about? No, it's not. It's not normal under any circumstance. I don't give a shit what your childhood was like, you crazy pedophile apologist motherfuckers. Anyway, and then a bunch of people, pretty much every kid growing up with him came out and said, he's a pedophile. He diddled me. And everybody's like, they lying. All the kids lying. Sure, he might have slept with a bunch of kids that weren't related to him, but definitely, I really like Billie Jean, so there's no way he could have molested anybody. Well, it turns out 5 new kids have come out. 5 new kids that were raised with Michael Jackson came out and said, oh, he was molesting all of us. And we all thought we were special. We all thought Michael Jackson individually loved us and he was only molesting us. And we were kind of honored to be honest with you. I mean, we were like kids and getting diddled by Michael Jackson, our hero, and we were like, yay, we're special. But it turns out we weren't special. He was just fucking everybody. Now we don't feel special no more. So they all talking out. The 5 children from one family who claimed Michael Jackson brainwashed and abused them for 25 years without each other knowing. Siblings now suing the disgraced pop star. So they all say they was raped. I know. It's like fucking Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson raped somebody. A lot of other women went public saying he tried to rape them. One of the worst humans on earth. Now we know I was right about Mike Tyson. Now he's MAGA, through and through, 100% Trump supporter. But everybody's like, Dusty, why you hate Mike Tyson? He was hilarious in that children's show. And I'm like, he raping folks. What's wrong with y'all? Anyway, same with Michael Jackson. Then we got one, what the fuck? Finish this section off with the what the fuck, guys. Warning, death. It's a death happened here, folks. Murder. Death. So, dumbass gets in a road rage incident. Has a gun on him. Says to himself, oh, I'm a badass. I'm a fucking gangster. I'm going to walk up to this guy I'm having a road rage with and just smack him in the face with my gun. He's fat. He's a fat bitch. What the fuck this fat doughy bitch going to do? Turns out fat doughy bitch, of course, is a off-duty police officer. Whenever you see a big fat roly-poly dude, you just automatically assume he's police. Okay, you're most likely to be right. Anyway, so then he gets murked. Let's watch. Warning! So some kind of rug cuts him off.
fuck are you doing?
Fuck are you doing, motherfucker? Cut me off. Oh, hell no, you don't cut me off. Let's road rage about it. Let me slam on my brakes and jump out and pistol whip you with my gun, because I'm a badass motherfucker. Here's bad life decisions right here, folks. Mistakes about to be made.
I'm in the fucking lane.
Yep, and then now you die. Yep, now you're dead. You just died right now. What a stupid fucking decision you just made. One dumb decision cost your whole fucking life, you idiot. Yep, that's what happened to you. Ain't many shootings I'm gonna say are justifiable, but if you walk up to anybody and you pistol whip them with a gun, death to you, motherfucker. America! And all right, folks, that is my Trash World What the Fuck this evening. And may hit overtime, may not, but just reward me as if we're going to hit overtime. And don't forget to super chat me. Don't forget to name your camera phone and super chat, not super chat me. That's PayPal. I know PayPal. That's how it works. And all right, show's about to be over, folks. I got 2 Beyond Parodies and 1 hero, so get your super chats in. But for now, time to cleanse you, motherfuckers. Prepare your anus. Yeah, wow, just another day in America. And tonight's first Beyond Parody, the Good Liars, my favorite comedic duo on the planet, y'all. They went out to another Trump rally and interviewed the idiots, and shocking, they're still very, very stupid.
What does this shirt mean? It means that the Democrats are stupid and that Trump should be president.
What are the 3 branches of government?
The 3 branches of government: legislative. Oh, fuck me.
He's drunk, probably.
Legislative. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You don't help me.
Don't help him. You need all the help you can get.
Yeah.
Drunk asshole.
I don't know.
What does this have to do with politics, though?
What does this have to do with politics? Literally, what the fuck? That's how they're trying to defend him. Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. Yeah, he's wearing a shirt that says Democrats are stupid, but he doesn't even know what the 3 branches of government are. So what does this have to do with politics? You're trying to do a gotcha question on this guy. None of this has anything to do with politics. Literally, the 3 branches of government is the foundation of politics, you goddamn idiots.
Do with politics. I'm not well informed, but I am informed a little bit.
But you're tired of stupid Democrats.
Yes.
Yes, I'm tired of stupid Democrats. They don't know anything, folks. They're in a fucking cult. They don't know and they don't want to know. And then one more. Once again, this is the Homeland Security, the real Homeland Security official Facebook page, the Twitter page. Oh, poor buddy. Poor buddy. Oh, he got a toothache. He thinks the food is attacking him. I'm sorry, buddy. Nobody's attacking you, buddy. Nobody's attacking you. You're okay. I'm sorry. You're fine. Poor thing. And anyway, this is the official Homeland Security Twitter account. They posted this video, and they're threatening to go hunt down these kids in the video, folks. The video says, ICE, we're on the way. Word in the streets. Cartels put a $50K bounty on y'all. I fly like a jet. They gonna be surprised when they see I make. And then he putting up the mask. And Homeland Security says, fuck around and find out. If you threaten or lay hands on our law enforcement officers, we will hunt you down and you will find out really quick. We'll see you cowards soon. That's right, we'll see you cowards soon. Even if this was real, this is obviously just a joke. Nobody actually believes cartels put a $50,000 bounty on you. Only somebody just took this video off, I guess, Facebook or something and added this text to it. These kids have nothing to do with any of this, so of course it's fake, folks. Why wouldn't our Homeland Security be so feckless, so inept? They're posting fake videos of teenage kids and threatening to hunt them down. But it doesn't matter, folks. They don't care if this is real or not. It got 64,000 likes, and that's all that really fucking matters. Matters who sees what, not what's actually fucking true. And they got to spread the narrative, the idea that the cartels put a $50K bounty on somebody, which never happened. And then there's evil black people who are actually going to go get ICE. So it justifies not just racism, not just the bullshit about the cartels, but also the militarized takeover of America. And that's what our government is using their official accounts to do. No surprises here. It's beyond parody, but it's also sad and very scary. That is my beyond parody. Buddy, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I got to give you some food. I got these little pouches for him. And help him eat a little more. They're a little softer for him. And all right, last chance to super chat then, folks. Who loves overtime? We're going to do overtime. So reward me for overtime. But for now, let's finish you guys off with a little heroes. We could be heroes just for one day. And tonight's one and only hero is going to be a little controversial. And let's see what you guys think about this. All right, bear with me. Tonight's hero, Snoop Dogg. And you're like, what? Snoop Dogg? Oh, hell no. So last we left you, Snoop Dogg was the enemy of the people, first off. He performed at Trump's inauguration, and then he was on some podcast and just out of the blue starts bitching about a 3-year-old Disney movie that had a lesbian couple in it, talking about, how am I going to explain this lesbian couple to my kids? He was being all boomered up, y'all. Hell no, Snoop Dogg. But then what did Snoop Dogg do? He was getting a lot of flack, y'all. He was getting a lot of blowback from what people seemed to believe was his chud turn, his evil arc. And what he could have done, he could have doubled down on it. He could have gone right wing. He could have been like, fuck you motherfuckers, the gay agenda, trying to take over everything. I ain't going to play this fucking bullshit. He could have done all that. But he didn't do that, folks. Instead, he quietly went behind the scenes and started working with LGBTQ organizations in order to spread positive messages about LGBTQ. And what do I tell you guys all the time? Redemption is for everybody, but how do you get redeemed? Okay, first you got to apologize for what you did, but then you got to work to improve what you did, to make things better, to show that you have changed, and then be that way from then on. What do you guys think? Snoop Dogg is using his kids show, Doggyland, that's a kids show, Doggyland, okay, to support LGBTQ plus families with a new song titled "Love is Love." It's a beautiful thing that kids can have parents of all walks and be shown love, to be taught what love is, being able to have parents from all walks of life, whether it be 2 fathers, 2 mothers, whatever it is, love is the key. What do you guys think? Hero or not? Live or die, live or die. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know. I will let you guys know what the results are next show. Good start at least. Keep that up, though, Snoop. Maybe there's redemption in your future. And, all right, folks, that's my show. I get a whole weekend off. I can't fucking believe it. Hell yeah, I'm going to get stoned as a motherfucker. I got me some shatter. I'm about to get fucking high, y'all. But if you bail out, do me a favor. Please hit the like button. Please leave a comment, because comments help the algorithm. Just type something and leave it. Most importantly, could you find it in your heart to click on the description of this video and go sign up to my Patreon? Like I said, I know it's a pain in the ass, put your credit card information or your some PayPal. Shut up, Dusty. Or your PayPal information. But like it only takes a second for you, and you might not even notice on your credit card every month. But it really helps me keep the lights on. Helps me keep all these fat motherfuckers in not only cat treats, but also the vet bills. We have 18 animals here at the Humanist Society of Mississippi Animal Sanctuary, and I'm doing my best to help them out. So if you like my show, please support the show so it doesn't go anywhere. And also PayPal. Aim your camera phone at the QR code and go PayPal me. And we're going to go to PayPal right now. We're going to read all the ones I have received for the show so far. PayPal.com. It doesn't matter if I say it like that. It's fine. And all right, let's read some super chats. And then we're going to play Wobble Wobble. Somebody requested that in the last show, and I am nothing if not your humble servant. Humble, handsome servant. And type in my cat here. Oh, God damn it, cat. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it, cat. And all right. I'm late, no forgiveness, no kings. Loki, you're forgiven. All you gotta do is give me money. I'm a slut for it. Turkish money is Esh sound and shit. I'm not ever going to do that, but thank you for the $2, Nadia. Jared T, pricing people out of healthcare, food and housing, gutting the workforce of farm workers, construction, maintenance, and hospitality dominate the media, education, entertainment. Sounds like a prep for a dictatorship. Yep, they are crossing the T's and dotting the I's. That's for fucking sure. They got it all fucking sewn up. Thanks, Dusty. Thank you, Jerry T. and Craigocaster. Very generous. Appreciate you guys. You rock. Kitty Potty coming up. Maximus, just for you. And all right, let's see. We got some Sergey Goblovich gave me $50. That's a very generous survey. Thank you for doing the show, dude. By the way, if I ever do make it to your part of the country, how do I contact you to meet in person? Maybe over some margaritas. Yeah, fuck yeah. Just email me, cultofdusty2@gmail.com, or send me a message on Twitter. cultofdusty1. That's my Twitter, cultofdusty1. So follow me on Twitter. Email me. I'm a Cult of Dusty on Facebook. So many ways to get a hold of me. But if you come to Grenada, buy me a margarita. Hell yeah. I appreciate it. And I got, I think that's the last show, 15 from V Barboza. All right. Thank you. And you guys be sure to PayPal me. Great way to support the show. Thank you in advance. I appreciate you. And 1,000 at the buzzer. 1,000 Mexican dollars. I don't know how much that is in real money. Let's ask Google. How much is 1,000 Mexican pesos in U.S. dollars? It's $54. Very generous. Thank you. $54 from Hero BBC. And everybody give your love to BBC, as always. Appreciate you, BBC. And all right, folks. As promised, somebody on the last show requested Wobble Wobble, an original song by Dusty Smith. Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is this goddamn song? Is it over here somewhere? Where is it? Here it is. Boom. I found it. Ha. Folks, I'm going to be back Monday. It's only the day after tomorrow. It'll be here before you know it. You guys have a great weekend. I love the shit out of you guys. Thank you for all your generosity. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. Patreon. Subscribe. Get out of it. Hey, CC. Somebody requested CC. Here's Miss CC for you guys. And Penguin. Good night, everybody. Love you. Wobble, wobble. Wobble, wobble. No, it's Friday night. Monday. I'm working on it. Wobble, wobble. Wobble, wobble. Wobble, wobble. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
night, y'all.